Heya, Shira here, welcome back to another episode of Timberborn, episode 15 of our folktale saga on the terraces. I don't know why I'm on a large pile right now. I I just right before I actually started recording, I goofed around a little bit with the Switch controller, and it does work. It actually works. I am just not going to play with the Switch controller because it may actually be a little bit hard to play with it. Especially when you're actually like in a desperate moment and you have to like do something to save your beavers from demise and stuff. Yeah, let's not, right? But hey, if you didn't know, now you know. You actually can play this game also with a controller. You can actually put your Switch Pro controller on it and it will work. This is so weird, but I like it. Anyway, in the last episode I was a little bit tired. Well, it was late and I was just not really in the best of best. Like sincerely, I was just really crushed, and I had to do way too much stuff, and then I still had to record so late at night, and yeah, what can I say? Which is also why I actually have to like try and talk a little bit more quieter because I don't want anyone to wake up. This is basically the only time where I actually can do my recordings because everyone is quiet, everyone is snoozing. I can do whatever heck I want to do, and these plants just don't want to die. Yeah, last episode it was almost just about them. I mean, not really, but they had their moments. I I just want them dead. I'm such a monster. But anyway, what are we going to do in this episode? I actually forgot what it was about in the last episode. Um, we are right. I remember now. We wanted to do some bots. We are still working on getting actually a good amount of parts so that we actually can then start actually building a couple of those dudes. Then we can slap them into the factories themselves so that the beavers themselves don't get hurt, and we can then basically like uh for work them 24/7, which is awesome. This is what the bots are really good for factories, really. Um, not to mention, Ooh, excuse that, yawning a little bit. For this building, I need 10k science just to unlock the workspace for the bot. And for these, was it 5,000? Or yeah, I think it was something 5,000. It's a lot. We have enough science for that, that's for sure. But yeah, what can I say? It is going to take a while, isn't it? Well, there is another injured beaver. Yeah, and whenever we have like an injured beaver, it is actually giving us a little bit of an impact to that we have to wait until another beaver comes in to actually like take over the work, and then maybe RNG is going to bless him so much that he also gets injured within a couple seconds. RNG can be really mean about that. I actually had that many times by now that as soon as the beaver went into work, not long after they injured themselves. Uh, it was funny. At this point, I actually would really love if there was a system, something about that, i- as how much experience this beaver has in working in this kind of factory. The higher the experience he has working in this factory, the lesser the chance there is for him to get injured. Maybe he also gets a boost towards working fast. I don't know, but as long the injury rates actually like get reduced, that would be actually a pretty good idea. I mean, sure, we have the medicine. We have medicines and healers, and yeah, so they actually get like healed up fast again, even if they get injured. But yeah, you guys get the point, right? You guys get the point. It would be actually nice to at least avoid things. Maybe I don't want to say, but maybe also this way, actually, books could also have this way another feature that where these beavers can basically educate themselves towards getting better in certain professions. Just an idea. Like education would be really nice because, like, as soon as someone dies, and let's say this beaver was really super duper good in this factory, and then you get a noob like like Won Jin basically starting work, um, he's gonna get injured like continually. Um, so obviously the best option would be as soon as someone dies, the next best beaver who is not assigned and has the highest amount of this of this of this work thing, like most experience, would then basically get there and just start working, right? Since it would be higher priority. So let's say if one of the many haulers I would have and one of them is actually really pro in this work, he would take the job, for example. Man, we are so low in energy. This is horrible. This is horrible. Extremely horrible. We need to work on this. We need more power. We definitely gonna need more power because yeah, what can I say? These buildings are consuming a lot of power right now. And freaking excuse that. I gonna probably yawn a lot of times during this the video right now. The air is also not really fresh. Like it is kind of heavy due of the summer heat. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna have to like think also about yeah, once the bots actually start working here, yeah, it's not gonna be good. It's not gonna be great. Which is why, of course, Iron Thief are so much better, just due to the matter of fact that they have the engine, right? They can just pop in their logs in and it just power 24/7, and it's great. It's just really great. You know what? We're gonna be actually unlocking all of them. We need all of them. So get working, guys. I need those for one more energy. Go, go, go. We may also then replace most of those and basically work on all of this stuff. Yeah, you know what? I also probably am going to replace this windmill first. Just due of the matter of fact. Um, it's probably not gonna take all too long for this to be replaced, but I would need to make sure that I have enough resources to actually like build it in the first place. That's the most important thing. I need to make sure I actually have the resources to build it right away once I actually took it down. I don't seem to have it though. So they're gonna have to like think, yeah, now they are actually gonna start inputting all this stuff. Plank wise plank wise I'm fine. Clank wise I'm more than fine. Um, oh yeah, thinking about that, we should also totally replacing those. How did I not replace those yet? Bep, bep, bep. There we go. But yeah, it's gonna take a while because we need a lot of stuff right now. Paper is probably gonna run out pretty soon. Will it? Yeah. Paper is definitely gonna run out. Gear is now looking all too hot. We have 3 chassis, we have 6 heads, we have 50 limbs. It looks actually pretty good, and we could probably think about starting bot factory. Oh boy, I wished I could stop yawning. Um, you know what? We can actually stop this. Just as a matter of fact, we can conserve a little bit of energy. Second, conserve paper. I don't really need it right now. Right? Yeah, we have like 19 spare. Close this right now. Nice. Next one is built. Oh, all the explosives. Well, don't mind me if I do. Ready, guys? 3, 2, 1. This is always so satisfying to watch. Okay, here you go. Another couple of those. So you guys have fun. Oh, that was so satisfying to watch. Good job, beavers. Oh, I enjoyed that. I'm actually glad the gravity battery is gaining right now on power, which is really awesome. We need this. Especially since this building is going to take a lot of energy. Yeah, like no kidding. It takes how much energy was it? 250? Yeah, 250. Man, I'm good. Whoa, whoa. Look how fast it goes up. Yeah, and once this dude is up, we are good. Oh yeah. Let's go. Oh yeah, right. I need to assemble them like this. I keep forgetting that I'm all on pause most of the time. Whoa, we're gaining so much energy right now. This is awesome. We've restored the entire battery right now. Wow, nice. We've restored it. Four chassis, five heads. Oh, here we go. Oh, here we go. I like how the drill is just roaming around and just drilling every now and then. Maybe the next faction will have like this thing with a hammer and it keeps hammering actually on the boss. I imagine that. That would be fun. Oh, I would like that. Just hammer the bot. Yeah, why not? Oh, I would so love that. Come to think of it, the water beavers, did they have also bots? It's probably white, yeah, but I don't know. I've never played the water faction, which is a modded faction actually. Okay, let me just pour out a little bit of water. Let me pour out also water here. Because we're gonna need the water actually here right now. We're almost too low for this. A little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. Keep going, keep going. Fine, thank you. Awesome. Just to restore also the river. Whoa, whoa. Slow down there, buddy. And step. Thank you. It's gonna take them 36 hours just to build this. And since they're taking breaks, it takes even longer. Yeah, usually these beavers would actually disappear inside the building. I'm not sure if that's a bug. It's probably a bug, but basically they're this is a big for update for I'm finding this so funny. I don't know if the modders I mean not the modders. I don't know if the devs know about this, but so funny. And like the most best thing you actually can see this is him over here because this building is so tiny and he has his entire butt sticking out of this building. It is like it like if you just think of this not as his butt and tail, but actually it's like some other creature, you're gonna think, oh, this is actually like a beak of a duck, and this is his head. Sorry, this is so funny. I love this. This is like the best thing ever. Oh, they just finished the last thing over here. That's awesome. We actually have. Hold on. Do we have actually enough? No, we don't. We still need gears. We. Oh my god. We still need so many gears. And beaver is well, beaver bot. This bot is at 80%. It's at 80%, everyone. It's almost there. I still need a. Ah, the sound effect is so satisfying. I love this. I love this effect. Okay. I I I can't help it. I like it. How did they do that anyway? Huh? No idea. There's like a bunch of xylophones. Maybe I'm also even totally wrong. They just climpering to get a glass or something. No, that would probably just create shards. I don't know. I know it's some kind of an instrument. I just cannot pinpoint it. Maybe it is a xylophone or something similar to it. Oh, there is some injury, and now it's going a little bit slower. There we go. Man, look at this beaver. Bot. Looks so alike to the normal beavers. I actually really like this model. Because it's not so much sci-fi like it used to be. Like, well, sci-fi or fantasy. Whoa. No lag. Oh. Our first Timberbot is created. Oh. Look at that. Look at this boy. Where are you running? Where'd he go? Where'd he go? I lost him. Anyway, I think I'm going to continue gain 10k. Just as a matter of fact, I really need this 10k. So I'm probably gonna throw him into. Where should I place him? I could place him here, which would be good for this beaver. Oh yeah, right. I could actually throw him here. We could have actually additional workers. Or I could have placed him here. Oh yeah, good idea actually. Because yeah, let's do that. Let's have this all Timberbots right now. Then I can eventually pose those dudes and just have them work here. Actually, I even could let them work here. No problem at all. I'm not gonna have any haulers at this point. That's completely fine. But I'm gonna have more science. I'm helping out to get as much science as soon as possible so that I can buy this for bots. And then we can actually 24/7 this. And then we can slowly slap them into other buildings, and it's gonna be great. So right now, the bot's gonna do all the labor. Where is he anyway? Oh, here he is, here he is. He's running, he's running, he's running, he's running. He's doing so much work right now. Such a good boy. He's a boss. Do we really have so much wood right now? Oh, we do we? Let's set these to obtain. Setting those also on obtain. Uh, it's a little bit hard to click. There we go. Also obtain and obtain. Thank you very much. Still have like inside here these buildings that we need to build in. Can't wait. But we do not have the sources for it. Huh. Underground pile is this cheap now? Like, I'm not going to lie. Didn't it used to be metal? Yeah, like, wasn't it actually always metal? Kinda? They changed that? I don't even know because I barely played Folktales actually in Update 3 and so on. Especially Update 2. I only played Folktales so much. Um, Iron Thief were my favorite ones, really. Oh, so close, 68%. We're getting there. I need to also like think about like I need to have actually keep a watch on the biofuel because we need this stuff desperately. With 77 paper right now, that is actually looking really good right now. There is still our lonesome beaver just doing his job. He's so good. I really like those bots as holders, especially because they just do stuff all night. Making everything like doing like readying everything for the beavers the next day. It's so good. How's the bridge looking? Oh yeah, we are doing progress. We're getting there. I could also totally then get those beavers as workers next because they'll be also be working then through the night, right? Um, Another thing's gonna be is that this faction over here that we're gonna have is going to be mostly bots. Like it's especially going to be bots at the start. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be botting than actual beavers. Once everything's settled, probably I will. Um but yeah, there's gonna be a lot of stuff for me for I need to do here. Hold on. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 4, 5, 6. Actually, I can only go like this. I like me if the things are a little bit symmetrics. Like I do like me symmetric stuff. I cannot help it. I need things to be symmetric or else I'm gonna pull a leg and die in horror. No, I'm not, but you get it, I hope. This out. Do I want this or do I want the fancy stairs? I kind of do want me the fancy stairs. I cannot help it. I need me them fancy stairs. I like me them fancy stairs. They're so fancy. Guys, I can't help it, okay? It's just so fancy. Okay, so I need here, then someone here, so that they chew this off. Right? And then we can be totally happy that we get access to this area. But this is still going to take a while. We have our beaver. Oh, like bot beaver, beaver bot, bottity bot. Oh my gosh, we have so many injured beavers. How many injured? 6. Ah, yeah, yeah. So many injured beavers. So many injured beavers. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. This no good. Having so many injured beavers is not okay. I also cannot wait until I actually can also start hooking them up here to the system, kinda. But I may not even need to because I actually gonna like be bombing this entire thing off, and then we're gonna have a lot of fun here. Alright, we can detonate that. Completely forgot about that. We need to continue also detonate this. Right, that means we actually still need explosives. How much does it cost? 2,000. It's a frigging 2K. I need someone to work here, and it has to be a beaver. Biofuel looks still good. Science continuing to go up, slow and steady. I think we should be able to get 10K very soon, while the third beaver bot is getting finished. I know I'm keep butchering his name. It's actually a Timberbot, not a beaver bot, even though I mean it is a beaver. So I'm not actually wrong. I actually wonder. Um, Foxtail's bot is called Timberbot. Then the Iron Thief have their Iron bots. If there was a third faction, how would that be called? Good question. I guess it first off depends on what type of faction that is, what they're resembling, or what kind of gig they have. And guess depending on that, it will then come to a name, I guess. Yeah, sincerely, what's the name of do the water beavers have? Yeah, like does the water faction of like the modded water faction, do they have a spot? And if yeah, what's it called? You probably need to check that out. With 9 injured beavers already. Oh my goodness. We're slowly in an emergency of injured beaver mayhem. Oh no. My goodness. Wait, you say there's we have we have a spear somewhere just roaming around. Oh my goodness. We have 3 bots already. Oh no, this is not looking good. How heavy is, like, how heavy are your guys' injury anyway? Heavy. Very heavy. Mm-mm-mm. Hurts a lot. Oh no, we don't even have dandelions. Hey, someone actually get over here and get the dandelions. I did not expect that we would actually run out of medicine so much that, yeah, no wonder why these beavers are basically not doing stuff. Yeah, we ran out totally out of medicine right now. Oh my god. Uh, Prioritized by haulers. Hopefully, Beaverbot comes over here. Some Beaverbot maybe to actually pick up the stuff. Maybe. Someone gonna come or not? Oh my goodness. I did not expect that, okay? I did not actually notice that we ran out of medicine. And already 10 injured beavers. We are going to run out on beavers if this keeps going like this. Like, I'm not gonna lie, this building is injury mayhem. It's so extreme. Mm, it's a lot. Which is also why I want to actually focus on this building first, because this is going to reduce injuries so much afterwards. Because, I mean, bots don't get injured. No beaver bot ever came over here to pick this stuff up. Where are them beavers at? Ah, there we go. Finally someone who actually picks up that stuff. About time, sir. That's not a beaver who just came over and grabbing the stuff. I come to think of it, like, when the beaver faction, like, not the beaver faction, like, The bots actually were new and stuff like that. Update 2. No, update 3, sorry. I think it was update 3 where we got that. No, it was update 2. What am I saying? Whatever. The update where we had bots. Pretty sure that was update 2. Yeah, that was update 2. Um, because I've played update 2. Anyways, as far as I know, there was also something about pollution and how actually also there were things and considerations about the bots when they actually don't get maintained or they're about to like go broke because end of life. They would explode, and if there were be any beavers probably close by, it would injure them, even like kill them. I was like, oh my god, that is sounding so brutal. I don't even want to actually make these bots. But then thankfully they were like, nah, we are not gonna make them explode. It was a good decision. Even though it would have been interesting in a way. Filipinos are very, very cruel. And like you would need to actually it would be really good if, at this point if you could make sure that to like send them out to, so that it doesn't actually hurt anyone. But yeah, like it was really interesting. And then there was also something about pollution, um, how beavers do get dirty, and which is also kind of why the showers were actually then introduced, because this way they could wash themselves. That is actually, I think, the main reason why the showers actually came to be. But that was also scrapped. I would not have minded it, honestly, with pollution. Like it would just give some extra thing that being like, oh yeah, another extra need for balancing the stuff and thing like that. It would have been really something interesting. And another feature that I really actually liked, and it was sadly removed before update 2 was then released, was the heat meter. Like they actually could get a heat stroke if not cared for them. Again, another reason why you had a shower. Because shower are actually really cheap to make. Lido's a little bit more expensive. So at this point, if your beavers were well soaked, wet, wet, soaky beavers, they were basically protected by the heat. Ah, man, I actually really like that feature, even though, yeah, like it added like a little spice to it. But yeah, don't mind me, I actually really like that spice. That was such a cool feature. Sadly removed. It was so good. I really like that feature. Like that feature was really nice. If anything, it would be also just a suggestion. Why not add when you're like doing your customized challenge? Because we have like different modes. We have the easy mode, we have the middle like medium or mode, no, normal. Yeah, right. Normal mode. And then you have hard mode. And then you have custom mode. Why not so that with custom mode you would be able to also, well, you can not only customize difficulty and stuff like that, like everything, but you could be also like, oh yeah, you want more functions? Here you go. You want to have the heat meter? Go and select that. Like, this would be really for the hardcore players. I would definitely like that. Like, this would be also a cool way to reintroduce heat stroke. Maybe this would also be a good solution to reintroduce pollution. You know, just making the game more, let's say, not maybe more complicated, but maybe a little bit more tedious, more difficult. Stuff like that. Like, don't mind me, these features were actually cool features. Sad it was removed, but it would be a cool idea to bring them back with custom mode. I mean, why not? Like heck yeah. I would definitely like that. Oh, 4-incher beavers. If anyone is watching this video, I mean, yeah, sure, I could be just writing that probably in the Discord itself, giving that as a suggestion. But if anyone thinks, yeah, that may be actually a cool idea, be my guest and suggest that. Be my guest and suggest that heat mode, like the heat stroke feature and also the pollution feature, could be actually added into custom mode as like extra gigs and stuff that you could actually activate. Why not? I'm pretty sure a good amount of people actually like that. Like making custom mode actually even harder this way. Yeah, and you can also, like I said, customize the game actually even more like that. I definitely would like that. I definitely would like that. Okay, so we are having water coming again. Our bridge is still in the works. And like it's probably gonna be the most annoying thing for me to one by one remove all of this again. It's gonna be so annoying. Which is why I don't like these bridges, because if they probably cannot actually like grab from here, I don't know. Probably they can and I don't even know about. I never tested it, okay? I usually use different buildings for this, like the arches. 'Cause the arches actually look really cool. I like how this looks like. Yeah, I'm let's just say I'm a little bit too lazy to like bother keeping this like on 2.5 or anything. Then switching back to full just to keep as much water as possible in here. Stuff like that. Yeah, get as much dandelions as you can, sir. We need all the medicine we can get. Oh, 6-incher beavers. We climbed again. Oh no. And we have only space for 2 more beavers. We have only like 8. We have like a max of 8 medical beds. I mean, sure, I could make more, but do I really want to like plaster the entire thing here? Full with beds? Like entirely make everything full with beds? I mean, I could, but do I really want to? Yeah. I'm pretty sure you get what I mean. I probably don't want to. I could fit in probably, let me see, another 8. Like 3 here, then 3 on this side. I would have the path going like this, and then another 2 here. That is how I would do it. Most efficient thing ever. Okay. My gosh, the water went down really much. Oh. Oh. We really need this dam here slowly. We really need to actually start building a dam here. Just so that the water then gets concentrated here. And if we have an overflow or something, then I can just throw the water out here. Oh yeah, thinking about that, I should activate this. Oh, I can actually work beavers here too? Like the bots? For free even. Oh. Oh, this is handy. But I'm not gonna do that just yet because we just have 5 bots right now. Besides that, I'm gonna probably remove those then sooner or later. Again. Because we're gonna actually lower those by 1 block so that we can do the same thing on that side, like on like we have it here. Then we're gonna have this here. This way I'm gonna be able to have 3x3 tanks fully. No problems. All facing the same direction. Yeah, I decided so because OCD. Yeah, my OCD. Oh, my OCD. Oh, oh, oh. Mm-mm-mm. Biofuel looks good. Science is at 9K. 52 minutes in. How many workspaces do we have still? Not sure. These are basically the last ones we have. Plus 1. Okay. These beavers need to work faster. I really need this stuff done. How's the battery looking? Well, it looks good. It's just, oh my gosh, it goes down so fast. Oh no, oh no. We have no wind. Uh-oh. 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 The wind better kick in, otherwise we're gonna have a little bit of a problem. And we're gonna run out of power. Hey, we're saved. Yeah, that was close, wasn't it? Um, we could totally start this. Wow, this is so beautiful, having so much water. Who would have thought? Let me think. Oh, I totally emptied that out. All right. Um, and this poor dude still has to claim so much. He's taking good care of, though. I'm impressed. 9.3, 55 minutes in. Okay, I mean 56. Yeah, we totally may make it. Oh, that's actually a good amount of water, but oh no. We're like still nowhere close to full. We are nowhere close to full. How's the water here like anyway? Water level? Hmm, nowhere full. Nowhere full. Let's increase the priority of this so that they actually can work on that. Even though gear problems, gear problems. Yeah, we have gear problems. It's always those dang gears. I have an idea. Why do we not place a gear workshop over here? Then I place. Is this is going to work? I'm gonna laugh like a maniac. You're kidding. I can actually work it. Maybe not like this. This, and then I may have maybe another two of those. I cannot believe this. This is probably the most compact way to actually place this. No, this is hilarious. I never placed this stuff like that. No, sorry. But yeah, this way at least the bots are going to be able to also work in here, which I desperately need. We already have free flooding buildings. Um, we switch back to beavers. Because I need beavers here. I don't want to use my bots right now. 9.6, no, 9.6 it is right now. How many injured? 2. Okay. Oh yes. 1,000. It's 1,000. We can pause this all. Oh, another injured beaver. Ooh, 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 ooh. Things do not look good. Not at all. We just noticed. I just noticed. The planks look as sad as something. Would not expected that the planks are so low. Mm-mm-mm. Not looking good. And like it's not it hasn't been so long. We were like so many planks. Now we have like nothing left. Uh, and we are so close to 10k too. Yoo-hoo! 500? 500, yeah. And we're gonna need way more planks for what I am planning on doing. Shh. It's a lot. It's a big project. It's so big. It's so massive. It's multiple projects, actually. Multiple projects. Oh, you guys are flooded again, aren't you? You guys are all flooded. Sadly, this ain't gonna kill you guys. You guys ain't gonna die from drowning. You guys are just going to hold out way too much. Mm. Okay, we're almost there. Almost 10k. Almost 10k. There we go. We have 10k. Yes, please. Oh, finally. Oh, congratulations. We have bought this for the pots. Finally. Wait, what? For a moment, it was like, what? Did we run out of. Oh no, oh no, oh no. No, 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 no. Oh no, no, no. Power is going down really fast. Oh no, no, no. Are we going to require another gravity battery? I hate to say it, we may. We may need to. Uh, oh, I hate doing that, but I have to. I may need to. Just for the occasions. But this is expensive as like nothing before. Oh yeah, right. We are having drought coming in very soon. That pulls here. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. And pause. And the shipment. Right there. Perfect. And how many days? Yeah, I would appreciate it if it was a short one. 3 days. It's 5 days over the lowest amount of days you can get. It's actually pretty good. Under average. We get another bot. Maybe, I don't know. Oh. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, no, no, no. This is going down extremely fast. Oh, no, no. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, no, no. Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. We need the posties. Whenever there is no wind, I'm like, hi. This is the brutal thing if you are relying on the wind only because it may be that it's not gonna blow for a good while and then you're screwed. It's just so, so important to like work on power, like that you actually like making a lot of batteries so that you don't have this problem. And obviously a lot of wind turbines, right? Like mills, right? Windmills. Ah, no, 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 no. It's gonna do, it's going down, it's going down, it's going down, it's going down. There was no wind for almost the entire day. Oh, that's no good. Oh, thank you. About time. And I keep saying, oh, no, 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 no. I'm so sorry. If someone even has the feeling of counting the amount of no's, yes, you also have to count this one. Leave a comment below. Tell me how many no's I said. And this one counts too, by the way. This video is going to be known as No, 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 no takes over. You have to count that too. That and also the title. If I would write it like that, which is probably not gonna be like that. I'm not gonna. Uh-uh. Don't worry. I'm not gonna give you extra homework. Uh, but yeah, we should end this episode. It's been long enough. They can survive again, as usual. But this is my life. Oh man, they're consuming way too much power. Uh, it just broke. It's slightly charging again. Just ever so slightly. Mm, we're consuming almost too much power right now. Oh, we need to pause this. We need to pause this. Yeah, we need to quite literally expand power supply then. I also need to worry about the biofuel because this is not slowly going low. But yeah, if we only had a building where I could just dump the biofuel to burn to get energy, something like an engine, maybe an oven, something like that. Yeah, I would like that. Oh, thank you. Charging up fast now. But anyway, I need to stop delay. I hope you guys enjoyed this video of me saying no, probably 100 times. And yes, you have to count that too. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you haven't seen the miss out new videos which come every week. Until then, I see ya in the next video. Bye bye. No.